Hello all, welcome back to Shave with Peg Leg. We're back onto a face shave. It's been 2 days. We're using another one of my Magnificent 11 choices. This time it's the classic choice, which is my 1921 to 1928. There's no date code on it. There's no serial numbers. Nothing to confirm the date. Except for they were made from leftover parts from the first run. From 1906 until 1920, so that's all they are, and they're leftover parts, and we're going to use the old single ring made between 1921 and 28 for a blade. Second use of a Bic Chrome Platinum. Soap, Wet Shaving Products Barbershop. Good barbershop smell, scent right here. And I also have the splash. Alright, let's get into this. I'm looking at my pre-shave whether I want it or not. I'm not going to. I can reach it, but I just don't feel like it. So we're going without a pre-shave. So how's everybody doing out there? I'm sorry. I'm tired today. I might fall asleep halfway through this. I didn't sleep well last night. I went to bed at like 3:15 in the morning. I got up at 8:15 this morning. And I spent most of that time tossing and turning when I was in bed. And just right now I think it's hitting me. I'm tired. No, just joking. All right, August 6th, 1787. All right, with the grain. Yes, August 6th, 1787 was during the time that the Continental Congress was in meeting. They met from May 17th through September, I think it was 27th of 1787. They were meeting. For this meeting, they originally came together. They thought, most of the members thought that they were coming together to do revisions to the articles for the League of States that they had set up as the governing body for the country. But little did they know that they were actually there to put together a whole new government and to ratify a constitution, or at least to bring a constitution into effect. And the thing about August 6th is it's the day that 60 copies of the Constitution, the first part of the Constitution, the first of 6 parts, were brought to what we call Liberty Hall now. It was the Pennsylvania State House back then. It's where they were meeting. 60 copies were brought to them for revisions so that they could make like revisionist notes right on the copy. You know, they could cross out a line and then write above it what they really wanted. But yeah, they originally thought they were there just to do revisions and upgrades improvements to the League of States. Good sin, good sin. Not to start a whole new country, a whole new form of government, one that the world had never seen before, and to give the world the best form of government it had ever seen. That is, until people figured out how to manipulate that government and make money off of it and become millionaires on salaries of less than $300,000 a year. Policy. No. Anyways, it's not the only one. But excuse me, my ass is sliding in the chair. Also on this date, August 6th, is when they started they had already decided that there would be 3 branches of government: legislative, judicial, and executive. They'd already decided what executive and judicial powers would be. Now they were just deciding and debating on what legislative powers would be. August 6th was the day they also started, besides getting the 60 copies delivered for revisions and everything, was going to be the day they started debating what the powers of the Senate would be. And it took them weeks of debating and compromises to get to the point where they made the rules for the Senate. And James Madison's plan during this time was also the one that was decided to be gone. His was called the Virginia Plan. There was another plan called the New Jersey Plan. The New Jersey Plan would, every state got 1 vote in the House of Representatives. The Virginia Plan was states would get votes based on their population, which is what we have today. And that was James Madison's plan. So, not only did they decide what the powers of the Senate would be during the next few weeks, starting on August 6th, they also decided to go with the Virginia plan, that states would get votes or representatives in the House of Representatives based on population, not just 1 per state. The New Jersey plan was brought up because it would make all states equal no matter their population, their size. And since, I want you guys to stop for 1 second on this. Look at the map of the United States for 1 second, okay? The way our map is drawn up of the United States, it's almost like somebody was given, all right, you got 50 states. They were given no pieces or anything to a judge. They said, this is your borders. You've got 50 states you have to put inside these borders. And they started on the left side of the map, California, Washington, Oregon, all that. They started drawing in the states from the left to the right. And by the time they got to the top right, they were like, oh shit, look at all these states. We're going to make this little Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the country, the way it's laid out, it's almost like that's how they did it. But I mean, of course, we know it's not. But it's almost like somebody said, all right, this is your borders. You got 50 states, put them in there. And they started on the left side and went, oh, we got California, we got Washington, we got Oregon. Oh, we got Idaho, we got New Mexico, we got Arizona. Oh, we got Texas, so we can make a big one down here. It's like, oh, get Montana, look up, we can put that up in Montana up here. And then, oh shit, we're starting to run out of room. We better start making these bitches smaller. That's what it looks like. But anyways, I'm not so sure at this point that we might not have been better off going with the New Jersey plan. Because the way the government is now and the way states are now, and they redraw voting districts. Oh, we got a group of Republicans over here in a Democrat area, so we'll just change this Republican voting district to wiggle it in over here and make this little offshoot, little branch over here to grab those Republicans. And oh, we got a big group of Democrats here, a small group of or a big group of Republicans, a small group of Democrats. We'll take this Democrat district and we'll just draw a little jig into that Republican to include Democrats, to put them in the Democrat voting district. That's not how we were supposed to do it. But that's how they're doing it now. It's all a power game. It's all a power trip. Civil service, government service, House of Representatives, Senate, all that was supposed to be a part-time civil service job, not a flipping career like we have now. You got people that have been in the Congress for almost 50 years. Could you imagine that? 50 years? People don't spend 50 years in the private sector. Oh, CEOs do, owners of companies do, yes. But somebody doesn't go work in the private sector for 50 flipping years. Only government employees do that. Because the American people's pockets are endless and they're deep and their hands are tiny. And they can get in there and grab money by the handful and pull it out constantly. And the American taxpayer does not feel it. All right. Yes, all politicians are thieves. Okay, I gotta do something here. I wanted to do that again. I will say something. Collectively, the founding fathers of the United States were some of the smartest men to probably ever walk this planet. Collectively. Individually, they were some smart individuals, yes. But there wasn't any great scientists or mathematicians or anything like that in that group. But collectively, reasoning human beings, they were an amazing, amazing group. They put together a form of government the world had never seen before that was based on 3 words. And they are the first 3 words of the Constitution, the ones written the largest in the Constitution. And they are "We the people," meaning that the United States government was supposed to be for the people, run by the people. Was supposed to protect the people. And nowadays, I think our politicians, when they see those words, they just, "We the people." They don't mean anything to them. Those 3 words were supposed to be meaning that the government was subservient to the people. And that's the reason we have so many representatives in our government, so that all the people get a voice. And we're not supposed to be redrawing district lines so that we can have a bigger voting group for a bigger voting block for our party here, and a bigger or smaller voting block for their party over here. You weren't supposed to do that. They should take each state just put a square grid over the state and say, this is your voting district. Doesn't matter about party lines. This is your voting district. Boom, boom, boom. And that's it. That's not how they do it. It is not how they do it. I think I'm clean on the cheeks. Reactivate. I got fan blowing on my face. Yeah, for one time, I don't have any. There's nothing here. I've always liked this razor because the damn thing shaves. I don't care what blade I put in it. This thing will shave. And having to switch away from that, why anybody would switch away from that, I don't know. Alright, I got a little bit of pickup to do on my neck. These things will shave. And if you can get one, get one. They're great shavers. Even though I didn't say it, but this blade in this razor has been a little rough. It's not the best combo. But I muddled through. I've used worse blades. You guys have seen me use worse blades. I looked at it this way. As long as it wasn't leaving my face red with blood, it was fine. This is a good soap. I like the scent. It lathers well. It's got good slickness, good residual slickness. It's an artisan soap, guys. Tell me a bad artisan soap out there right now, please. I don't know of one. Even the small groups. I mean, I use the I can't remember the hell the name was. Where is it? Oh, the I Love Bacon from Talent Soap Factory. That's a small artisan manufacturer. That was great soap. I could feel the skin. A lot of guys like skin properties of soaps. I use post shave for that. I'm like IMCDB on that. I use a post shave. I don't need all the skin property, but it's nice to feel it. I mean, it's good. It's a bonus, and I could feel that in that soap. There's just trying. You're hard pressed to find a bad artisan soap nowadays. I think you really are. I think we're so damn lucky to be living in the time we are and shaving in the time we are, where we don't have to worry about that. Where we only have the choice between 2 or 3 creams in a tube, or 2 or 3 hard pucks to put in our cup, in our old-fashioned scuttles. We're so beyond that. So we should be so grateful. Like our founding fathers had to use straight razors, and they had to go to the barber to get shaved. But look, I'm gonna throw some alum on because I got a little burning over here. But that's just a little razor burn. That's that blade. That blade's not the best for that razor. It's not bad. It's not horrible, but it's not really super smooth either. So we'll just go with a little alum. See if we got anything. And you gotta remember, guys, shaving isn't about just removing hair. When you shave, when you're draping that sharp piece of steel over your skin, you're also removing layers of dead skin off you. So, I mean, a lot of that is fresh skin being brought to the surface. Alright, rinse the towel off, make it nice and room temperature. Like I said, my pipes are above ground. I don't get cold water in the summer. But I'm BBS from a razor that's probably 100 years old. Okay? You don't need a $225 modern day monstrosity. This will shave you fine. You can pick these up for under $50 on eBay. They keep going up. And it'll give you a great, it's got some overhang. See the blade exposure on that? But it's open comb. A lot of people are afraid of open comb, but it's not that aggressive. It really isn't. Is there blade feel? Yeah, there is, because it's open comb and there is some decent blade exposure on that. But that might be because of our modern blades. The blades back then were different shape, remember. They were different size. Which is, when that thing was made, they were different than what we have now. Okay. Aftershave. Shake it up. I already shook it up before. Good scent. Really good scent. I like that. I like barbershops anyways. Nivea Men Max Hydration, because you just drag sharp steel over your face with soap. You've just taken all the oils off your skin. Replace them. And then you just put alcohol on your skin. Most times, with most aftershaves. So revitalize your skin. Use a balm, please. You don't want to look like the Crypt Keeper when you're 60. Maybe when you're 80 or 90 it's fine, but not now. Good shave. I'm looking forward to using this as soon as I get done with my magnificent leather shave. Guys, this thing is light as hell. This handle is hollow, I can tell you that much right now. Because there's no way. This thing is light as hell. It almost feels plastic. It really does. I know it's aluminum, but it almost feels plastic. It is so light. But guys, that wasn't the shave. I keep sliding in this chair. I'm going to slide underneath my sink in a minute. This blade was not for this razor. And that's why we have different blades, guys. Because not every blade will work in every razor. There might be one or two out there that will, but for the majority part, no. And there may be some that your skin just prefers in different razors, different blades in different razors. It was not so much for this razor. It wasn't bad. I don't have any blood. I'm good. I'm clean. Gave me BBS. It was just a little rough. It had a little bit too much dragging on the skin, I could feel. I was just seeing if it was centered. I was just looking at it. I think it is. But good razors. Pick yourself up one if you like vintage Gillettes. These old single rings from the 20s are great shavers. They really are. Alright guys, and with that, once again, our founding fathers of the United States were as a collective group, were some very, very smart men as a collective group, because they were able to overlook their differences and they were able to come together and agree on something, and they didn't fight, and they didn't take, well, they might have, but they didn't take cheap shots like they do today at each other. They knew how to work together for the country, to make a country stronger. Look at the form of government they gave us. Nobody had ever seen anything like that. Nobody's seen anything like it since. We even ruined it. We need to go back to the way it was, because what we have now is not sustainable. We will all be gone if this keeps up. All right, guys, enough political speech, but I get kind of fired up on that stuff because I look back on how great those men were, the sacrifices they risked when they signed the Declaration of Independence, signing their own death warrant, because it was treason to the king to sign that, to even come up with it, and then to stick around and form this country and to give us the greatest written document of all time is incredible. And I feel so bad that the people that are in charge today have lost sight of that and are just dragging us all down instead of taking this world, not just the country, the world, and lifting it up. They're just too busy fighting and dragging it down. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. Don't forget the affiliate link. When it hits $25, I will get a gift card for $25 and give it away to you guys. I appreciate your help with that. Thank you. Love you all from here. Enough of the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in the chair next. Happy shaves out there, guys.